G'day and welcome to another big edition of the Ballarat Football Netball League Footy Show. Thanks to McDonald's. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Shane Anwyl, the Operations Manager. Mate, we just keep seeing more twists and turns in this season. I can't figure out who's in form or who's out of form because it seems to change every week.
Yeah, that's right. A few results on the weekend no one would have predicted, and it's really shaking things up a little bit, which is good to see.
Yeah, it's exactly what we need, and that's we tipped it at the start of the season that anyone could beat anyone on any given day, and we continue to see that most weeks. The result that we probably did predict, though, was Bacchus Marsh too strong for Ballarat by 106 points, capitalised by the Marsh kicking a lazy 10 in the final term.
Yeah, that's right. I think most people would have predicted Bacchus Marsh to get this one. I don't think by the margin that they got over the line. What was it, 112 odd points or thereabouts. It was a big win by Bacchus Marsh. Really, just sent a message that this is what we can do.
Exactly right. They seem to be the most informed team of the competition at the moment. They're doing extremely well. Great to see 3 players kick 5 goals each, with Spates, Willits and Owen on fire. Big game over here at City Oval. We have Melton 113 defeating Redan 40. I said last week that Redan might be a big chance. I was wrong, I must say. To put it simply, I was looking at the scores at half-time thinking, well, it's only 17 points in margin. Redan can still come back. But then they failed to kick a goal in the second half and Melton did their job.
Yeah, and that's always going to cause trouble, isn't it, when you don't kick a goal in the second half. Look, again, talking about that result just earlier with the margin was surprising. I think the margin in this one was surprising as well. I thought Redan might have put a little bit more up and been a bit closer there. If I remember, I think I did tip Melton.
You did, yeah.
I, along with you, I think we thought it was going to be a closer game than this. And it was, not the result Redan wanted. 5 goals, 10 behinds. Reverse that around, they would have been a little bit closer to it, but not to be. And they'll march on this week. They've got probably a good chance this week, hopefully, to pick up a win. But it's a bit of a struggle so far for Redan.
It is. They're sitting on the bottom of the ladder, which we're not used to. A result that shocked the competition. Maybe not if you're down at Mars Stadium, but it was North Ballarat City 91 defeating Sunbury Lions 46. The Lions were up by 4 points at quarter time, and then Will Young just had a day out. He kicked 8 goals and he was on fire.
Yeah, he did, and really was a classy difference between the two of them on the day there. North Ballarat playing on Mars Stadium, which they love to do, and they really put on a good showcase there. And really, I suppose the result that everyone thought that was going to be coming for North Ballarat, and to get a scalp like Sunbury, who've been sitting up the top there, I think pretty good there over the last couple of weeks. And North Ballarat, they've just been going along, and I think they're just starting to send a bit of a message now against the top teams.
Definitely right, and we know Will Young, he had a pretty good year last year for the City side, but this year he's been on fire. He's averaged about 5 or 6 goals every week, and he's leading the goal kicking quite comfortably. The result that I think everyone's talking about, Sebas 8-12-60 defeating Darley 7-4-46. Darley were 10 points up at quarter time, and then it was all Sebas after quarter time. So great win there by Sebastian. I guess the beauty about how they're sort of travelling as well is that they've taken down 2 of the last year's top 3 sides, regardless of who's in and who's out of the squad. It was impressive.
Yeah, it is very impressive, and again, all credit to Sebastian. They've been chipping away and they've been working at these kind of results, and they're starting to come through, which is terrific.
The game that I was at, mate, Lake Windaree bounced back to form with a big win over Mountain South by 25 points. 5 lead change in the third term highlighted just how great this game was for the first 3.5 quarters before Lakers kicked away. They ended up kicking 4 goals in 4 minutes to break the game wide open. They didn't look back with Bailey Edwards kicking 5 and Nathan Pring kicking 5. It was a good day out for the Lakers.
Yeah, it was, and a win they needed to have. Travel down the highway there to Melton South and come away with the win is always good. Again, I spoke earlier about getting Sebastian's season back on track. This is one of those ones that Lake Windaree needed to do, and they just need to string a couple more together over coming weeks, and they'll start to show a bit of promise for the rest of the year.
Definitely right. In my opinion, that was probably their best win of the year. The pressure was really on. South really did come to play. Billy O'Sullivan played pretty well. Farron Ray did okay in patches. Favola had 10 shots on goal for 4 goals in return, but I think like Lakers, when the pressure was really on, they were able to turn it around, turn it back in their favour, and the way they ran off half back with their numbers was exceptional to watch.
Yeah, no, that's terrific to hear. I wasn't at the game, obviously, but that's what they need to do. That's what they've done. It gets them back into the top 6, and they'll just look to work on consolidating that now.
And it wasn't at Melton Rec Reserve where we saw a bit of a majestic feel around the ground. We know Kevin Cheety was down there, which is fantastic. But while he was down there, in his presence, we did see Melton South in the twos. They were a couple of goals down with a few minutes to go, and they were able to win with a kick after the siren, which was absolutely ecstatic. And for those who are watching on Facebook Live on the Ballarat FNL Facebook page, they were able to see the excitement there. Almost, it was exciting. Feels like a grand final had been won.
Yeah, no, terrific for them. Heartbreaking, of course, for Lakers, but well done to Melton South.
Exactly. We want to see more games like that. And of course, we want to see more games like that. All thanks to our friends at McDonald's, and all thanks to you, Shano. This has been the Ballarat FNL Footy Show. We'll catch up with you later on in the week.
Pleasure as always.